13 siblings shackled and starved in a Southern California home. The parents accused of tempting their children with food they couldn't eat and toys they couldn't touch.
The prosecutor is now painting a horrible picture of physical and emotional abuse.
Our Alan Martin with the sad details on these children who were only allowed to shower once a year. Alan?
Yeah, it's horrible. Liz and Ken, prosecutors are laying out in horrific detail the torture those siblings endured for years, how the children were kept from the public, forced to sleep during the day, and deprived of food.
49-year-old Louise Turpin sat silently as her lawyer entered a plea on her behalf.
And we would ask pleas of not guilty be entered all charges.
Her husband, 57-year-old David Turpin, answered as lawyer when informed of his right to a speedy trial.
Are you aware of that right?
Yes.
Do you understand that right?
Yes.
This was the first court appearance for the couple since being arrested for holding their 13 kids captive.
To my left.
Earlier, prosecutors outlined a harrowing life of punishment that they allegedly inflicted on the kids who ranged in age from 2 to 29.
The victims report that as a punishment, starting many years ago, they began to be tied up. Circumstantial evidence in the house suggests that the victims were often not released from their chains to go to the bathroom. One of the children at age 12 is the weight of an average 7-year-old. None of the victims were allowed to shower more than once a year. They would buy food, including pies, apple pies, pumpkin pies, leave it on the counter, let the children look at it, but not eat the food.
Surveillance video shows the couple being taken into custody Sunday. Police found a dozen malnourished kids in the family home after a 13th sibling, a 17-year-old girl, escaped from a window and called authorities.
The 17-year-old victim that escaped had been working on a plan with her siblings to escape this abuse for more than 2 years.
The defendants face more than 24 charges of torture, false imprisonment, and child abuse. If convicted, they could get from 94 years to life in prison.
As a prosecutor, there are cases that stick with you, that haunt you, and sometimes in this business we're faced with looking at human depravity, and that's what we're looking at here.
Relatives say the Turpins were deeply religious, but they never had any indications the couple might be mistreating their children.
What we would like the public to know is that our clients are presumed to be innocent.
Now, the Turpins pleaded not guilty on all counts at today's arraignment. They are each being held on $12 million bail. As far as those children, prosecutors say that they lack a basic knowledge of life. They didn't know about medicine or what a police officer was. Liz?